The purpose of my talk is to dismantle the hate-advocating speaker intended meaning. This is by no means an easy question because hate-advocating speakers tend to use implicitness and indirectness. So what I try to do is to show in which ways linguistic, technical assistance to the courts can be useful. And I take two different parts. I try to dismantle the speaker's intended meaning through speech act theory, trying to describe and explain the superstructure and macrostructure of hate speech at a macro level. And at a micro level, I try to explain that hate speech involves a complex speech act because the speaker commits themselves to something and mean it, while at the same time they call on the recipients to do something different. And this is absolutely linguistics and is pragmatics. And unless you have received the necessary linguistic training, it is very difficult for you to see this inherent complexity of hate speech. In the second part of my talk, I dismantle the speaker's intended meaning in two cases in which the recipients, the targets, felt that their lives were under threat. Whereas the Vinicius Jr. case, that is a very recent case in Spain, the hate-advocating speakers use a very direct and explicit way to communicate their message. Their visual, ostensive stimuli are very clear. In Faber against Hungary, 2012, that was finally decided by the European Court of Human Rights, the recipient used ostensive stimuli, but the meaning was conveyed implicitly and indirectly, and it was so difficult to see that his conviction was finally overturned by the European Court of Human Rights. So it is very important to bear in mind the linguistic devices that hate-advocating speakers use to mask their ill intention.